shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10.
Right there, 54.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Howard. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. On first down, Watson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They run with Howard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Let's go.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big run there by Jones. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll look to throw. Making the catch is Sternberger. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the year.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Jordan Howard, 78 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go one more.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
6-6, pull it high.
They'll set up to throw. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Deep 6. Let's get it. Now.
He'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I got one.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Let's go, baby.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Hey, watch the slant. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
On first down, it's Watson. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air yet again, Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. They occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
3rd and long, it's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Holloway. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Alpha. Push him back. Mike 54. Mike, let's go.
Back to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. This is caught. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Get it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 41 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 3. And it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They run the counter. Benjamin. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Big grip, big grip.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Matchbox lights. Let's go.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Campbell. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, they run with Campbell. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And it's 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Rashawn Gary has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Falcons send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the third quarter in Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Come on, set. 60 or. 54.
On first down, Benjamin. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch. Ready, go. 54. I'm coming. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Hey, Delta. Get that quarterback. Get it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Check.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holloway. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And a cutback right sideline. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 41 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running from the gun with Howard. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Watson, off play action. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So that last penalty making this 3rd down much more manageable. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Watson on first down. Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Running with Howard. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go with Howard again, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got one. Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Let's go. Get this, boy. You think you gonna get this?
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This just a 24-yard attempt. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll look to throw. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw, deep depth. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll run on first down. Benjamin looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
He's back to throw. Is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
On first down, Green. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory. But they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So for Atlanta, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.